He's got an annoying amount of health, combined with the bug that I have that you may or may not have, where I can't fucking attack while things are talking to me. Makes him very difficult to kill because he aggroes on you. You also got a decent amount of humanity for killing him. And again, the Ring of Favor Protection is really, really, really fucking good. Not again, I haven't said it yet. The Ring of Favor Protection is really fucking good. 20% health, 20% stamina, and 20% equip load. So you'll see that my numbers all go up. And I'm going to put on some armor, and I probably could wear whatever the fuck I want at this point and still fast roll. So we get to do some... Yeah, okay, I'm way under. So I'm way under right here. There is a... Whoops. That was nowhere near as stylish as I wanted. There's some stuff here that you can grab, and I'm actually going to get the S-Stock real fast, just because I want to show you where that is. It's like right... Fuck, I always forget. Right here. There's another Firekeeper soul that you can grab, but considering that I fucking forgot to do something with that first one. Did I send the elevator back up? Dude, Jesus, I hope I sent the elevator back up. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna have fucking OCD about this. There's also an item right there that I can grab, but...
You picked up an S-Stock.
I picked up an S-Stock. Yeah, the S-Stock is really good in PvP, and situationally useful in PvE. It does significantly less backstab damage than the Rapier, attacks slower, but it has way more range and you can still attack while you're blocking, so if you're using a weapon buff... Oh, by the way, if you want to get spells, or you want to get like crystal enchanted weapons or whatever, Rickard is right here. I didn't know he was here until I can bear something along through the game. Yeah, I don't have anything. He sells a catalyst as well as these, so if you're starting sorcerer or you just want spells, you can get them very early in the game. More spells very early in the game, right there. So, done that. There's a soul right here. We're gonna whore out the master key and do Blight Town in about 40 seconds, unless I die. So we're actually gonna choose the living shit out of Quelaag. If I was smart, I would have gotten the reinforced club 2+5. And I'm actually going to really fucking regret not doing that. Actually, I'm going to get it to +6 in a second, which is why I didn't get it to +5.
You're like, this is the thing I should do. I'm going to regret not doing it. And you just...
Keep going, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in a hurry. This is supposed to be a do things fast video. So I'm going to run off of this spike like that. Roll. Roll. Oops. That's going to be... damage. Took too much damage there. I should have taken less. And we're in Blight Town. Right before the boss. You want to run off that spike at like a... somewhere in between parallel to the path and at like a 90-degree angle. The exact angle is a little bit wonky, and I almost always get it wrong when I try to like be all fucking fancy and shit, but... Oh my god, I've got enough poison resist that I'm not poisoned yet? That's the best ever. So I'm actually going to kill Mildred here. This is because she gives some souls and humanity, and also because you can summon her Quelaag. And I do about no damage right now, so my Quelaag strategy is hope that Mildred kills Quelaag before I die, which is actually surprisingly effective. So she should be coming in right here. We're gonna just get a backstab to start things off. Oh my god, that did no damage. You can see that I really should have fucking upgraded that. I'm just gonna get this out of the way first. It's not working. I'll be honest, last time I did this I had the Gravelord Sword. I had the Gravelord Sword. Last time I did this I used the Gravelord Sword. Like a not dumbass. Oh my god. Okay, fuck this too hard. We're gonna get some distance. Oh, that's really bad. So I talked about saving quitting previously, and this is a situation where I can't do it because I've got an invader, but I can actually just Alt F4 because I'm terrible at the game. And it'll save my progress to a relatively reasonable extent. I'm still going to be human, I'm still going to be in Blight Town. I should be very close to that health, and I should be very close to that area. But the game will yell at me. So generally, you want to kill things before Mildred gets in, so that situations like that don't arise. I should have plenty of Estus though, so I'm not super worried.
Looks like you ran away from a challenge.
Yes.
Pussy bitch faggot.
If you're doing this for a PvP build, you usually have a weapon at this point in the game, instead of
Excuses.
excuses. Yes.
You're shit, kitty.
I'm
Get
completely
good.
bad at this game. Fuck. So I aggroed that. I'm actually gonna save quit again. Just because I really don't want one of those things on me. And if I can, I'm gonna just try to get Mildred pulled out and chain backstabber. It's possible that I'm gonna actually need to homeward and get this club to +6 or +5. I could have done it earlier, but I actually wanted to just wait until I can get it to +6.
How much do upgrades affect it? What is the effect of that?
A decent amount. Each upgrade is kind of small, but getting a bunch of them starts to add up.
Are they linear?
Yes, I believe so. Where's Mildred?
What would you say the damage difference is of... Is it just straight damage?
Why don't you Google it, actually? Reinforced club upgrades. Okay, so there's Mildred. That thing's dead. I do have 2 mosquitoes on me, but that's not the end of the world. It's just annoying as shit. You can't kill mosquitoes, it's possible. Oops. So eventually the bleed on this will kick in. And then she'll just like die. Yeah, there's the bleed kicking in. And there she goes. The way bleed works is it's exactly the same as all of the status debuffs in the game, but when it applies, it does 30% of a normal thing's health, or 10% of a boss's health on most weapons. On the Priscilla's Dagger and the Life Hunt Scythe, it does 50% of a normal thing's health. Normal things like players, regular enemies, NPC invaders, and so on. And 20% of a boss's health. And this is part of why the Reinforced Club is so good, because it's got very low stat requirements, it upgrades normally, it's enchantable, and it also applies a bleed. So if you just hit something a bunch, it just does a fuck ton of damage, regardless of what your actual upgrades on it. Most of the bosses in this game are fairly resistant to bleeding. Like, I won't get a bleed proc on Quelaag, period. But some of them aren't. Like, you'll see me kill Stray Demon in a second, and that's not going to take an especially long amount of time just because I'm using the Reinforced Club and because it does have a bleed. So I'm going to summon Quelaag here, or Mildred here in Quelaag. The reason that you kill her is so that you can summon her. She also does provide a decent amount of souls, but this allows me to summon her.
So the Reinforced Club at +6 does 155 compared to the 97 of unupgraded.
And also bear in mind that the way resistances in this game work, they're flat and percentage, a little bit. So basically, the more damage you do, the more damage you get past resistance. In a counterintuitive way.
Meaning,
if something has a lot of armor.
If the thing can reduce 100 damage and you do 100 damage, you're actually dealing 0 damage. But if you do 120,
right, it's
suddenly now you're doing 20 damage instead of 0.
I'm playing extra careful here, and not getting in as many attacks as I want to, just because I don't do any damage. So the attack that I'm most scared about is if Quelaag holds still and her human body goes limp, she does an AoE attack all around her that one-shots me, which is why every time she does something, she tends to do it immediately after getting hit in the ass. So you'll notice that when I'm hitting her in the ass, I'm especially careful not to get hit by that. I'll also be the first person to admit that I am fucking terrible at fighting this boss. Resin just ran out, by the way. So I should be getting way more free hits on her than this. And again, I'm watching her human part to see what she does. That will also one-shot me at this point. Whoa. When she's doing that, I can, if I'm careful, get in a bunch of free attacks here. I really don't want to get stuck on her legs, or behind lava, because again, if she does that AoE attack, I'll just get fucking die. But Mildred doesn't take any damage from it, and Mildred's just doing all the work in this fight anyway. Most of the reason that I'm...
Does the summon last until...
It dies.
Until it dies, or just until it dies?
Yeah, or until the boss dies.
Okay.
So again, I'm going to be especially careful after Coileg does that series of sword attacks because I've been hitting her in the ass, and that makes her extremely likely to do shit like that. Mildred tends to run straight at the boss even if there's lava in the way, so you can actually fail this fight if you're just trying to cheese it out with with Mildred. You just want to roll through that, usually. It's one of the things in this fight that is the most likely to kill you. I'm going to drag her over here so that Mildred can hit her. And then again, you just kind of stand right beside her, and if she doesn't rotate, you can get free attacks off. I'm really bad at doing that. You can also just fucking hit her human part, and if you ever land a hit on her human part, she has 0 poise, so she just staggers. Fucking shit! Why is Mildred running around in circles? If you land a hit on her human part, she just staggers instantly. And you can just do that over and over again. Like, oh my god, that's close. So you can kill her very easily that way. I'm not familiar enough with the Reinforced Club's hitbox on this. That was the worst roll I've ever done in my life. On this fight to be comfortable doing that. But you can just walk up to her face and hit her a bunch, essentially. You can see that she's almost dead. This is really long and it's used all of my Estus, but again, that's what happens when we kill a boss with a weapon that does like fucking 10 damage a hit to it. The worst thing that can happen is you can get stuck in between her legs and her body, or she can push you around when she rotates. If Mildred hits her once more, the fight's over. If I get hit by that, oh, that's just that attack. You can see how bad I am at reading her from the ass. It's much easier when you can see her human part. Mildred's probably going to be useless for the remainder of this fight, so we're actually going to have to do a little bit of damage to Quayleg here. Which is unfortunate, but we got her down. There we go. So basically, Mildred isn't the most useful thing ever, but she does a decent amount of damage a hit, and if her AI and Quayleg's AI cooperate, she just kills the boss. So this fight is really easy to do at low levels if you just use her. I'm also a little bit familiar with Quayleg's attack patterns. The gist is that when she's spouting fire, it's pretty safe to hit the spider in the side of the legs, and when she's doing her sword attacks, you can stand right to her, the side of her human part, and get in a few hits. But otherwise, you just don't want to be near her because she's got 2 AoE attacks. She's got the one where her human form goes limp, and she does that big ass energy blast all around her, and she's got the one where the spider rears up and does all sorts of shit. So I'm not going to do anything with him now. I'm just going to make him move because I'm impatient.
Did you just kick through that wall?
Yes. You can also roll through it. You can attack through it. And then I said, yes, I am a servant, to make Eggy move out of the way so I can deal with him later, if I choose to go Chaos Sister. That just saves me a bit of time later. I'm also intentionally not hitting any bonfires, because after I kill Ceaseless Discharge, I'm going to Homeward Bone all the way back to Perish, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to have like 55,000 souls, and the gold-hemmed armor. That's a really bad roll. I could have taken less damage there. Oh my god. So another reason that you want to block a lot is because the game can buffer a roll. If you do a roll during something else, the roll can get buffered and then it can get stored, so that the next time you press block, a roll just comes out. And if you just arbitrarily press block as you're running around, the chances of that happening when you like block for a legitimate reason and roll to your death are less. So in general, you don't want to like walk up to a cliff and press block, because there's a small 5% chance that the game will say, oh yeah, you still have this roll stored from 15 minutes ago, and just roll you off. And then you just feel really, really dumb.
I would feel like the programmers of the game are dumb, not me.
Yeah. So Ceaseless Discharge is a really easy boss to do at low levels, and we're just going to do him because we're here. If we were doing a real speedrun or something, we would probably save him for later, but again, I just want to get as many souls as possible with as little effort as possible, and get as far through the game as possible with as little effort as possible.
The fuck is that thing?
Ceaseless Discharge. So we're going to put on the gold-hemmed armor for a little bit of extra fire resist. He's done that attack. Once he's done that attack, it's safe for us to move forward. If I hear him do anything, I'm just going to roll. A couple of times just to be extra sure. There's a chance that he's going to hit us with about one attack, but I should have enough health with the fire resist from the gold hem set that I won't instantly die. And then we're just going to run all the way back to the fog door. When we run all the way back to the fog door, he's going to get really angry at us and over-enthusiastically swing up onto the cliff and hold on by his leg. If we hit his leg about 8 times, he'll just fall off to his death, and we'll collect all the souls without actually having to do anything. You don't have to get all the way back to the fog door. I think you have to get to about here, but I'm going to tag it just because, and then I'm going to unequip my offhand, because I believe that you punch slightly faster with your offhand. And then I'm going to make sure not to parry, and to just press my block button 7 times until he dies. And we're done. Oh, fucking shit clocks. Whatever. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, I'm good. So there's a bunch of shit that I want to do here. I'm gonna get 8 of these. None of these. Whoa. And then because I can, I'm gonna the some of these items. Just to make the game a little bit easier as I go through. If you don't want to get those now, you don't have to. And I can't get any of those because they're fucking useless. And we're going to make this plus 5. It's 9 of each thing to go up all the way to the next thing. I realize that's like the fucking best explanation ever. I bought the Crest of Artorias so that I can do Sif anytime. I'm probably actually not going to do Sif at all in this video just because I think the fight's a bitch. And I don't want to do 4 Kings in this video. Because I just don't want to. But I got it anyway. That's also the easiest way to farm for souls if you do want to farm. I don't feel like farming right now, so we're not going to. And then I'm going to go back and pick up some shit. There's some stuff that I wanted to do back there that I forgot. Yeah, there is some stuff that I want to do back here that I forgot. So we're going to do this. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go grab the wolf ring, and I'm also going to get a couple of moss clumps so that I can trade them to Squiggly, just to demonstrate how that works. Normally you would want to visit Squiggly exactly once with as many items as you can, just because he, she, or it is a little bit out of the way. This thing is fairly easy to kill at this point in the game. What you do is and I'm actually not going to do it just because it takes a little bit, but you just roll through his attacks and you stand right there, right in between the arm without the weapon and his body, and his tail. And there's just basically fuck all he can do. You can get off a lot of free attacks right there. So, instead of doing that and wasting everybody's time because I have no use for the souls or the Demon Titanite, well, I've got some use for the souls, I've got the normal use for the souls, but I'm already, level like fucking 26. And I bought the Crest of Artorias. Which would be another 4 or 5 levels if I wanted to. I'm gonna move on and loot these. So we've got 2 of these. I actually want to get 1 blooming purple moss clump, even though I'm already through Blighttown. So there's very little left in the game that can toxic me. I just want to get all of Squiggly's shit in one go. Oh my god, you're kidding. These guys don't really do very much damage if you don't let them hug you. Also, I'm wearing armor at this point, which is unfair, you know. So they do even less damage. Fuck it, I'm here. I'm gonna let, Who's Your Face pop Moonlight Butterfly for me too. Just because we're here. This is strictly speaking unnecessary. And if you have any desire to save time, you probably shouldn't do it. But you can, if you want to. So there's a soul item in here that I can grab, but it would make three things angry at me. And I already have enough souls. And I don't really feel like killing all of the tree things. I've gotten enough. I think. I mean, I do want more items, but whatever. I am going to grab the... No, I'm not. I don't need that at all. What am I thinking? I'm going to piss off that stone knight. I'm going to go through this tree. I'm going to cut it down because I'm a lumberjack and I want to roleplay. I'm actually wearing flannel right now. And that unlocks the secret passage down here. So this guy, I'm actually going to kill. These guys drop blooming green blossoms, whatever the fuck those are called, and those increase your stamina regeneration. I don't need that for any reason because I'm not a whiny bitch, and I think that having 2 stamina regen buffs on me is enough. But if you did want a third, you can farm those and just pop those. They're sold in a bunch of places in the game too, so you don't necessarily need to get them exclusively through there. So I'm going to grab the wolf ring real fast, and that will hopefully let me kill Capra, because I need to kill Capra to get this thing to +6, because I'm actually going to lightning it, I think. And then I'm going to get a running start, jump off, just so that I don't have to walk back, because I don't want to walk back, because fuck walking back. And I'm going to go here. I'll unlock this door with the Crest of Artorias just to show you. I'm not actually going to go through it because I'm human right now, and if I go through I'm going to instantly fail invaded by a bajillion fucking 13-year-olds living in their mother's basement and eating Doritos, who have like level 50 billion characters that have been hacked down to level 1, but you can see the door just opens, so I could go through if I wanted to.
How is that mask better than Mask of the Father, or looks, I mean?
Oh, I just think Mask of the Father looks silly, and Mask of the Child looks dumb, and I think looking dumb is better than looking silly.
But Mask of the Father looks awesome.
Okay. There's a couple more things that you can pick up in here. I completely forget what they are. So we're just not going to pretend that they exist. There's a summon side from Mildred right here, if I can get around that asshole's message. That guy won't go through the door, so I'm pretty much safe. And then Beatrice will essentially kill Moonlight Butterfly entirely for us. I mean, I have spells, but I haven't upgraded my Pyromancy at all. I could, I just don't want to. You can obviously use the souls that I'm just dumping into Endurance, however the fuck you want, for your build. So if I just move over here, Beatrice will kill this for me. Just for some souls. Come on, Beatrice, be a badass. Yeah! No, she'll hit the fucking door. Good job. Oh, he will go through the door. I didn't think he would at all. Once he casts this, I can't roll, which is a fucking bitch. But luckily Beatrice one-shotted him. So that makes this really easy. My goal here in Moonlight Butterfly is to not die for as long as possible while Beatrice does all the work. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to block all of the not Pursuer's attacks, and I'm going to roll through all the Pursuer's attacks, and I'm just going to roll left, because I want to roll left, and because left is the easiest key on my keyboard for me to hit. I'm playing a keyboard because I have brain damage, and I do not own a controller. I technically own a controller. I don't own a controller that I can play Dark Souls on. So Beatrice will eventually start casting spells. This is... Whoa! This is that attack that I almost never see, and therefore get hit by. But because I'm in the gold hemmed set, look at how little health that thing has. It didn't one-shot me, which is all that matters. Yeah, this is a really hard fight. Eventually it actually gets to a point where you can melee it, but Beatrice is just going to kill it before then, so it doesn't matter. The Soul of the Moonlight Butterfly does a couple of interesting things. One, it allows you to make a crystal rain shield, which is not especially good, but it's really cool because the alternate attack shoots a big-ass ball of energy. And you can also use it on a level 1 character. So if you are doing a 1-bro-1 run, it's pretty cool. The other thing is that you can actually sell the soul to Frampt for more souls than it would otherwise give you. And it makes the Moonlight Butterfly Horn, which is a spear that scales with intelligence, which is kind of cool. So it's super vaguely useful. It's not like the most useful thing in the world, but it's kind of useful. So I'm going to... I don't want to do sends just yet. I'm going to level. You can see that I almost have max stamina already, and we're only a few minutes in. I have no idea how long I've been streaming. I've been streaming for an hour. Jesus Christ, I'm slow. But we're relatively high level. We've got a lot of items, and we've got a lot of souls, and we've actually killed a lot of bosses. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go pop Stray Demon. And I'm going to do this in the most fucking ballsy way possible, of course. So, in order to get back to the Undead Asylum, what you want to do is you want to get on this elevator. You can't just hold forward here, because you'll just die fucking terribly. But you want to, as soon as you can safely do so, get off onto this ledge right here. And then go up here. And then just roll off. That was bad. And you want to try not to do that. The second roll was an accident. The first roll was because I was canceling my landing out of habit, even though I didn't need to. I actually have a fuck ton of soul items that I should spend at some point. But we'll just hang on to those for a rainy day, because inevitably at some point during this I'm going to fuck up and die. Oh, hi. Frampt is here. I'm going to sell them Soul of the Moonlit Butterfly to him. You can talk to Frampt, because I don't have the Lord Vessel yet. You can talk to Frampt as much as you want at this point. And still be a Dark Wraith. He gets pissed off if you jump down the hole, like the skeleton just did. So these...
Is he a giant puppy?
Yep.
I can't
These and this are all worth more souls to feed to him than if you use them yourself. So you can if you want to. It's just a profit of a few souls versus me just popping atoms. Not a lot, but some. And now we're level 30 with 40 endurance. Imagine that. Fuck, I should have gotten stone armor. I can get Havel's armor later, I guess. So whatever. You can kill that fat guy. You probably should. Otherwise he kills Rhea. But Rhea kind of dies anyway, so it's not that big of a deal, but you can kill the fat guy. You can just hold W here, or forward, if you're playing on a controller. And that will always run you off at the best place if you're going up. I'm taking way too long to line this up, not because I actually need to take a while to line this up, but because I fell off last time and I feel like a dumbass still. So you just go up here. If you want to, you can get that key, and that allows you to get the Rusted Iron Ring, which makes things like Hydra way easier. I'm gonna get it. Well, I've already gone through Blighttown, so I just feel dumb for getting it, but yeah. You should get that. Because it allows you to get the Rusted Iron Ring, and fuck it, I'm just gonna show you where it is. I'm sorry. I just wasted 45 seconds of everybody's time running back and forth. The grass is always greener on the other side. And you can actually just, if you're careful, just roll up onto here and avoid having to go through the entire thing again, which is pretty useful. But that is a key that you cannot get out of having to have with the Master Key. And most of the reason for that is because if you could get out of that by having Master Key, you just pick up the Rusted Iron Ring before you left the Asylum for the first time. The Asylum is actually pretty similar both times. There's like a trigger that's different, and a couple of enemies are different. So we just sit here and we pretend to be an egg for a while, and eventually the crow will be like, "Shop!" and take us back to the Asylum. How you doing? Are you all caught up? Is this your favorite part?
Maybe.
Okay. Oh, fuck me. So these things are the hardest enemies in the game, and I'm going to take this as slow as possible because I haven't taken a bonfire in a while, and I don't want to take a bonfire. I probably should, just because I'm probably going to die to either Straight Demon or one of the Black Knights. Yeah, fuck it, I might as well.
Well, you say these are hardest in the game? Right?
Yes, these are legitimately the hardest enemies in the game to fight.
Why is that?
Because they do something like 50% of your health every time they hit you. They move extremely unpredictably, and there's like 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just demonstrate trading with Snuggly really fast. Oh my god. That dog scared the shit out of me. So you basically just want to stand in the nest, pick an item that Snuggly can trade for, so I know for a fact that I can trade for this. I'm gonna drop it, and I'm going to save it. And I'm gonna do this a bunch. Well, a couple of times. I don't actually need very many items, I'm just actually gonna demonstrate how this works, and then you can fucking Google to figure out exactly what you can trade and what it gets you. But this will give me some sort of a chunk. Some of them were useful things. Oh, a Twinkling Titanite? That's fucking useless. For me. So that was one of the moss clumps for a Twinkling Titanite. And then some of the other moss clumps give you various chunks and shit. You can get a red chunk by giving her Pyroglove. You can get a red slab by giving her an Ascended +0 Pyroglove. The Pyroglove has to be +0 to get a red chunk. You get a Ring of Fog for a Skull Lantern. You get Pursuers for the Soul of... Okay, I guess those all give you Twinkling Titanite. I'm just dumb. You can get a Ring of Sacrifice for Humanity. If I wanted to, I could trade my Pyroglove for a red chunk, but I'm not in a especially large need of red chunks right now. I believe Blooming Purple Moss gives you a black chunk. Somebody probably could correct me on that. whatever. So I am going to take Spellfire, just because I'm a